2022, lesson number 6, chemical reaction of 8th class chemistry. Now we will start with chapter number 6, chemical reaction, and we discussed many chemical reaction in previous chapter. Now in this chapter we will discuss that during chemical reaction, some reaction accompanied by change in color, some reaction accompanied by evolution of gas, and some by formation of precipitate, and many more changes are there during the chemical reaction. In some reactions, smaller parts add up to form the bigger entities, and bigger one it break down to form small entities. Similarly, we know element from one compound it displays and combine with the another element to form the compound. In this way, chemical reactions occur in nature. And in this chapter, we will discuss about first energy in a reaction, and then we will discuss different types of reactions. Change in energy in a reaction. All reactions are accompanied by a change in energy in the form of a heat or light. Either it is given out or taken in during the chemical reaction. For example, when carbon reacts with oxygen, heat is released and carbon dioxide gas is formed. It is exothermic reaction. And second one, when nitrogen and oxygen gases mix together, when electric spark passes through it, it forms nitric oxide. This reaction in which heat or light is absorbed, we call it as endothermic reaction. So, exothermic and endothermic. These two terms we use when there is change in energy. So, how we can define exothermic and endothermic? Exothermic reaction, a chemical reaction in which heat or light evolve, is called exothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction, a chemical reaction in which heat or light absorbed, is called endothermic reaction. In exothermic reaction, heat or light is given out to the surrounding. That's why whenever we touch to any burning object, we feel hotness. Another thing, when a cube of ice is cold when we touch it, but when ice melt in form of liquid, it absorbs heat from outside and then it start melting. So melting of ice, which sort of energy change it is? It is endothermic energy change. Why a change in energy in a reaction? We know any two atoms in a molecule are held together by force of attraction, and that force of attraction we call it as chemical bond. And the chemical bond is much stronger than the intermolecular force. We know atoms take part in the chemical reaction, and how these atoms take part in chemical reaction. When breaking of bond of the reactant molecule to set the atoms free for the new combination, energy is absorbed in this process. When they form the fresh bond between new partner, so that the product molecule are formed, in this case energy is given out. Energy required for breaking bonds of the reactant molecule is not the same as it is given out in the formation of bond between the new partner. When the energy is given out in the formation of bond is more than the use of breaking of the bond, the surplus energy is evolved, and this process is known as exothermic. What it is known as? Exothermic. When energy required for breaking the bond is greater than the energy that is used for the formation of the bond, the difference in the energy has to be compensated from the outside, from the surrounding for the reaction, and this process is known as endothermic reaction. What it is known as? Endothermic reaction. They have shown this diagram in the book that reactant side, the bond absorb energy. When atoms bonds break down, they form new bonding or fresh bonding with another atom or new partner. When they combine to form the fresh bond with the new partner, they release energy outside. In this case, when it absorbs, it is endothermic. This case, when it evolves energy, it is exothermic energy change. Now we will discuss some common examples of exothermic reaction. Burning. Active metals when react with water. Dissolution of metal oxide in water. Dissolution of non-metal oxide with water. Reaction of between basic and an acidic oxide. Neutralization reaction. Acid when react with metal carbonate. Rusting. These are the common examples of exothermic reactions. Now start discussing about these. We will start first with burning. Burning. The burning of a substance is an exothermic reaction. Because whenever anything burn or substance burn, it releases heat and light. So which sort of thing will burn? Which are combustible. Examples: hydrogen, carbon in coal form, CNG that is methane, LPG that is butane. So LPG we use it in kitchen for cooking purpose. So when burn a coal in presence of oxygen, then it releases carbon dioxide gas, or white color smoke will rise whenever we burn the coal. So that white color smoke is carbon dioxide. It releases heat and light. Another example, already we discussed in hydrogen chapter, when hydrogen and oxygen gases kindled with each other at high temperature, they form water in steam form. Okay, this oxyhydrogen flame already we discussed in hydrogen chapter, and the reaction undergoes which oxyhydrogen flame is formed. That reaction is also the example of exothermic reaction. You know about the CNG gases, about CNG that we use in the vehicles at the place of petrol or diesel. When CNG or methane burn in the presence of oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide and steam formation is there. It is also exothermic. LPG when burn in presence of air, it will release a heat and light in form of carbon dioxide and water in form of steam. That's why it is a burning process and it comes under the category of exothermic reaction. Similarly, many more substances are there which undergo burning process and are the example of exothermic reactions. Another example is when active metal react with water. Already these all reaction we discussed in water chapter also and in hydrogen chapter also. Once again we will go through these reaction under the examples of exothermic reaction. Active metals, the activity series you have learnt in the previous chapter, so you have to go through the activity series once again. And topmost three metals are potassium, sodium and calcium. These three metals, as given as an example, and many more are there, these are highly active metals and undergo vigorous reaction. When it shows a vigorous reaction, these release heat and light. That's why the reaction with the sodium, potassium and calcium, that reaction undergo the examples of exothermic reaction. Whenever these metals react with the water, it releases hydrogen. When potassium reacts with the water, then it forms potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas is released. Similarly, when sodium reacts with water, it forms sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas will release. And calcium when react with water, it forms calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas will liberated. In these three cases, we see hydroxide formation is there and hydrogen gas is liberated. So whenever hydrogen gas is liberated, it will release heat. That's why these reactions undergo the example of exothermic reactions. Dissolution of metal oxide in water. Sodium and calcium, we know highly active metal, these are the bases like sodium oxide and calcium oxide, because we are discussing about metal oxide. When sodium oxide and calcium oxide react with water, they form hydroxide. And when they form hydroxide, they evolve large amount of heat from it. That's why we consider these reaction also the example of exothermic reaction. Hydroxide, when we add excess of water inside it, it will dissolve inside it. Similarly, one reaction, calcium oxide, which is commercially known as quicklime, when react with water, it forms calcium hydroxide, which is known as slaked lime. And when we add excess of water, it forms calcium hydroxide in aqua form, and this whole process is known as slaking of lime. Similarly, metal oxide like sodium oxide, when it reacts with the water, it forms sodium hydroxide, and when we continuously add excess water inside it, hydroxide, it will dissolve. Then when we add excess water inside it, it will form calcium, it will form sodium hydroxide in aqueous form. Dissolution of non-metal oxide in water. Non-metal like carbon and sulfur, when we add in the liquid, they form the acid. For example, when carbon in carbon dioxide form mix with the water, it form carbonic acid like cool drinks or soda water. Similarly, when sulfur dioxide it mix with the water, it forms sulfurous acid. The formula is H2SO3. Then when sulfur trioxide it mixes with the water, it forms sulfuric acid. In these three reactions, we are able to see acid formation is there. Whenever acid formation is there, little bit heat will release, due to which they undergo the exothermic reactions. Reaction between basic and acidic oxides. Now in basic oxide, we already discussed about sodium oxide and carbon dioxide. Whenever they mix with the water, in case of metal oxide, it form hydroxide, and in case of non-metal oxide, they form the acid. Already we discussed. Now, when basic oxides react with acid oxide, they form salt and evolve large amount of heat. For example, sodium oxide, basic oxide, react with carbon dioxide, which is acidic oxide, or non-metal oxide. They form salt, sodium carbonate, and release large amount of heat. Similarly, calcium oxide, we know it is basic oxide or metallic oxide. When react with acidic oxide or non-metal oxide, it will form salt, calcium carbonate, and release large amount of heat. That's why these also act under the exothermic reactions. That's why these reactions also considered as an example of exothermic reactions. Neutralization reaction. Neutralization means the salt or whatever the substance or product we get, it is neutral in nature. Whenever base react with the acid, it forms salt and water. So that reaction considered a neutralization reaction and it release heat. So it come under the example of exothermic reaction. When sodium hydroxide, we know these are the bases. HCl, hydrochloric acid these are. When base react with HCl, sodium hydroxide react with HCl, it forms sodium chloride and water. So this one is the neutralization reaction. Potassium hydroxide when react with the sulfuric acid, it form potassium sulfate and water. So potassium sulfate, it is a salt, and water, it is in a liquid form. During this reaction we will get. So these are known as neutralization reaction. Whenever we put sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide in the test tube and putting the acid inside it, when reaction goes, when we touch the test tube, we feel that these test tubes, it become hot. The big reason being is that because it release heat, that's why it is exothermic reaction. So that's why these are exothermic reactions. Another example, when reaction of an acid with metal carbonate. Whenever acid react with metal carbonate, then it forms salt, water and carbon dioxide. For example, sodium carbonate when react with hydrochloric acid, it forms salt, sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Similarly, when calcium carbonate, carbonate salt it is metal carbonate, when react with the acid hydrochloric acid, it forms calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide gas will liberate. In these cases, more heat is evolved. That's why these are the exothermic reaction. Similarly, when metal hydrogen carbonate, it also react with the acid, they form salt, water and carbon dioxide. These reactions also release or evolve more heat, so these are the exothermic reactions. Next example for exothermic reaction is respiration. When we inhale and exhale gases through the nostril, we call it as a breathing. And when glucose burn with oxygen in the cell, we call it as respiration. So that respiration reaction is also exothermic reaction. When glucose, it react with oxygen, it will release carbon dioxide and water in liquid form. This carbon dioxide, it is releases out from the cell. As this cell take oxygen from the blood, from oxygenated blood, then the hemoglobin also mixed with the carbon dioxide releases out by the cells and become carboxyhemoglobin and take it out. Mean this 6CO2, carbon dioxide and water formation during the respiration reaction which sustain life processes, it also release heat. That's why respiration is also the example of exothermic reaction. Rusting, it is an example of exothermic reaction. In case of rusting, iron also slowly combine with oxygen and water to form brownish red hydrated iron 3 oxide, and this is known as rust. For example, when iron react with oxygen and water in form of moisture, it form hydrated iron 3 oxide. This reaction is exothermic, but it is so slow that you feel heats at any point of time. Note down some question for the revision practice. What is neutralization reaction? Second, complete the following. When calcium oxide react with carbon dioxide, which product is formed? When carbon dioxide react with water, which product is formed? Third question, what is slaking of lime? Revise this chapter properly.